chosen one. This is why God kept you single all this time. I have been guiding your life, even in the quiet moments when you felt forgotten. And if you turn away now, you may miss the very truth that has the power to change everything for you. I kept you single, not as a punishment, but as protection, not as delay, but as preparation. And I want you to understand this deeply before anything else distracts your heart. What you thought was loneliness was often my hand removing what would have broken you, and what you called waiting was me shaping a future that could actually hold the love you have been praying for. This is not random, and it is not meaningless, because every season you walked through alone carried a purpose that is about to make sense. Stay with me in this moment, because what I am revealing now will lift a weight you have been carrying for far too long. Type Amen if you agree. I kept you single because your heart was too valuable to be given to confusion, compromise, or people who could not recognize your worth. There were connections that looked right on the surface, but carried hidden pain beneath them, and I saw what you could not see. I saw the tears you would cry, the self-doubt that would grow, and the pieces of you that would be lost, trying to hold something together that was never meant for you. So I stepped in quietly, sometimes in ways you did not understand, and I closed doors you tried to keep open. I did not do this to hurt you. I did this to protect the future version of you that is stronger, wiser, and ready for something real. There were nights when you questioned your worth because others did not stay, and there were days when you wondered if something was wrong with you. I saw every one of those moments, and I never once agreed with the lies you were tempted to believe. You were not rejected because you lacked something. You were redirected because I had something better. What left your life could not carry your destiny, and I will not allow you to settle for less than what I have prepared. I was building your confidence in places where no one else could reach, teaching you how to stand without leaning on someone who could not support you. If this is touching your heart, pause for a moment and show your support by liking this video, because it helps this truth reach others who are still questioning their waiting season. I kept you single because I needed your attention, your focus, and your growth to happen without distraction. When love comes at the wrong time, it can pull you away from the very purpose that would have made that love successful. I saw the dreams inside you that needed space to breathe, and I knew that if you were tied to the wrong person, those dreams would slowly fade. So I gave you time, not empty time, but time filled with lessons, growth, healing, and quiet transformation. Even when it felt slow, I was doing deep work inside you that no one else could do. You have changed more than you realize. You have become more patient, more aware, and more protective of your peace. You have learned what you truly need, not just what feels good in the moment. You have grown in ways that would not have been possible if you were constantly adjusting yourself to fit someone else's expectations. This version of you is not the same person who once begged for attention or tolerated inconsistency. This version of you is learning to value yourself, and that is exactly why the right person will recognize you when the time comes. Type 777 if you trust God. I kept you single because I was also working on the one who is meant to meet you. You are not the only one being prepared, and I do not bring two lives together until both are ready to build something that can last. If I had allowed you to meet too soon, you would have missed each other emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. Timing matters, and I do not rush what needs to be aligned. While you were growing in your space, I was shaping theirs, teaching them lessons, correcting their path, and preparing their heart to meet yours without damaging it. There is a reason why nothing stayed when it was not right, and there is a reason why your story has not unfolded the same way as others around you. I am not writing your life based on someone else's timeline. I am writing it based on what will truly fulfill you, not just temporarily satisfy you. You have seen relationships around you that looked complete, but were filled with struggle behind closed doors, and I knew that was not what you truly desired. So I held you back, not to deny you love, but to make sure when love comes, it brings peace instead of confusion. You must also understand that I was healing parts of you that needed attention before you could fully receive the kind of love you desire. There were wounds you carried quietly, patterns you repeated without noticing, and fears that would have affected any relationship you entered. I used this season to bring those things to the surface, not to expose you, but to free you. Healing is not always comfortable, but it is necessary, and I did not want you to build something new on a foundation that was still broken. Every time you chose to walk away from what felt wrong, even when it hurt, you were aligning yourself with my plan. Every time you said no to something that did not respect your worth, you were moving closer to what truly belongs in your life. I have been watching your choices, your growth, and your quiet strength, and I am pleased with how far you have come. You may not feel it every day, but you are no longer where you used to be, and that matters more than you realize. How are people moving from financial stress to more comfortable lifestyles so quickly? A CIA-linked study suggests a simple 7-second brain ritual may influence how people respond to opportunities. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this method is helping individuals improve daily life. Many are now stepping into dream homes, upgrading to luxury cars, and taking luxury vacations. But this page could be deleted at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. I did not keep you single to leave you empty. I kept you single to fill you with strength, clarity, and purpose, so that when love arrives, it does not complete you, it complements you. You are already whole in me, and the right person will add to your life, not take from it. What is coming is not meant to confuse you, drain you, or make you question your worth. What is coming will feel different, steady, and aligned with the peace I have been teaching you to protect. While others rushed into situations that looked beautiful at first and painful later, I kept you still, even when it frustrated you. I was teaching you the difference between attraction and alignment, between attention and intention. I was training your heart to recognize peace instead of chasing intensity that fades. There were moments when you almost settled, when you almost convinced yourself that something was good enough, just so you would not feel alone anymore. I saw those moments clearly, and I stepped in before you could go too far down a path that would have drained you. You may have called it bad timing, missed chances, or confusion, but it was my protection moving quietly in your life. I know the kind of love you truly desire, and I will not allow you to attach yourself to something that only looks like it. You deserve something that stands firm, something that does not leave you questioning your place or your value. Type 2222 to receive miracles. I also needed you to build a relationship with me that was not dependent on another person's presence. When you stand alone and still find peace, still find strength, and still find purpose, that is when you become unshakable. I was drawing you closer, not to take anything away from you, but to give you something deeper than temporary affection. Many people lean on others for stability, and when those people leave, everything collapses. I wanted you to stand on a foundation that cannot be taken from you, so that no matter what happens around you, you remain steady within. You have learned to sit with your own thoughts, to face your own emotions, and to grow through them instead of running away. That is not easy, and many avoid it, but you stayed, even when it felt uncomfortable. That strength you built in silence will carry you into a relationship that is not based on dependency, but on mutual respect and understanding. You will not lose yourself trying to keep someone, because you already know who you are becoming. This is the kind of growth that cannot be rushed, and that is why I allowed time to do its work in you. There were times when you compared your life to others, watching them move forward, while you felt like you were standing still. I saw the confusion in your heart, and I heard the quiet questions you never spoke out loud. But you were never behind, you were simply on a different path. What I am building in you requires a different pace, a deeper preparation, and a stronger foundation. If you had followed their timeline, you would have missed what I am forming in you now. I was also protecting your peace in ways you could not fully see. Some people were drawn to your kindness, but were not ready to honor it. Some were attracted to your light, but did not have the capacity to keep it safe. I removed those connections before they could damage what I am building inside you. It may have felt like loss at the time, but it was actually preservation. I was keeping your heart intact for something that will not take advantage of your love. Type yes to receive miracles. As you look back, you can begin to see patterns that no longer hold you the same way. You have grown more aware of what feels right and what does not. You have learned to listen to that quiet sense inside you that tells you when something is off. That awareness is one of the greatest gifts I have given you during this season. It will guide you when emotions try to cloud your judgment, and it will help you choose wisely when the time comes. I have also been strengthening your boundaries, even if you did not always recognize it. Every time you walked away from something that disrespected your worth, you were building a line that protects your peace. You are no longer willing to accept less just to fill a space in your life. That is growth, and it is powerful. When you value yourself, you naturally attract those who will value you as well. You are not the same person who once feared being alone. You are becoming someone who understands the power of solitude and the clarity it brings. You have discovered parts of yourself that would have remained hidden if you were constantly focused on someone else. Your identity is becoming clearer, your purpose is becoming stronger, and your heart is becoming more aligned with what truly matters. This is not something to rush through, because it is shaping the way you will experience love in the future. The love I have prepared for you will not require you to shrink yourself or question your worth. It will not leave you confused or constantly searching for reassurance. It will meet you in the place of peace that you have been learning to protect. It will feel steady, not because it lacks emotion, but because it is rooted in something real. You will not have to chase it, force it, or convince it to stay. Understand this clearly. I am not withholding love from you. I am preparing you for the kind of love that will not break you. There is a difference between receiving something quickly and receiving something that lasts. I have always chosen what lasts for you, even when it required more patience than you expected. That patience is shaping your ability to recognize and sustain something meaningful. Why are experts saying this brainwave discovery might soon be removed from the internet? A top neuroscientist has shared CIA-linked findings about a 7-second ritual that may influence financial awareness. Verified by 4 neuroscience labs, this technique is helping people move toward improved lifestyles. Many are now living in dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. But access to this information may not last long. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. You are closer than you think, not just to meeting someone, but to fully understanding why everything happened the way it did. There will come a moment when it all makes sense, when you will see how every delay protected you, how every ending redirected you, and how every quiet season strengthened you. That moment will not feel like something you missed. It will feel like something that arrived exactly when it was supposed to. Keep your heart open, but keep your standards strong. Do not go back to what I have already removed from your life. Do not lower your expectations just because waiting feels long. What I have for you is worth the time it takes to prepare. I have not forgotten you, and I have not delayed you without purpose. I am leading you towards something that will match the growth you have gone through. I have been guiding this transformation gently, step by step, so that it becomes part of who you are, not just something temporary. This is why I did not rush you into a relationship before you were ready to carry it with wisdom. Love built on a weak foundation cannot stand, and I refuse to let that be your story. There were times when you felt ready, when you believed you had grown enough, and still nothing seemed to move forward. I saw that eagerness, and I also saw what was still forming beneath the surface. Growth is not always visible, but it is always necessary. I was working in places within you that only time and reflection could reach. I was strengthening your discernment, so that when something looks right, you will also know if it truly is right. Type 1010 to receive blessings. I have been teaching you to recognize consistency over charm, truth over words, and peace over excitement that fades quickly. You have started to notice patterns you once ignored, and that awareness is protecting you in ways you may not fully understand yet. The person you are becoming will not be easily misled, because you are learning to trust what you feel when something is not aligned. This is not making you distant, it is making you wise. And wisdom will guard your heart when emotions try to lead you somewhere that is not meant for you. There is also something deeper I have been doing in your life. I have been healing your understanding of love itself. What you once thought love should look like has been shifting into something more real and grounded. I have been removing illusions and replacing them with clarity, so that you no longer chase what only appears good from a distance. You are beginning to see that true love does not confuse, does not leave you anxious, and does not make you feel like you have to prove your worth. You have been learning to stand firm in your values, even when it means walking away from what you once desired. That is not weakness, that is strength. It takes courage to choose yourself when something familiar tries to pull you back. Every time you made that choice, you were aligning more closely with what I have prepared for you. You were showing that you are ready for something that respects your growth. There were also moments when silence surrounded you, when no one seemed to come into your life in the way you expected. That silence was not emptiness, it was space. Space for you to breathe, to think clearly, and to reconnect with what truly matters. In that space, I was removing distractions and helping you see what you might have missed in a crowded life. Sometimes, the absence of noise is what allows truth to be heard. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. You are not waiting without movement. Even when everything feels still, there is alignment taking place beyond what you can see. Paths are being adjusted, hearts are being prepared, and timing is being set in a way that will bring everything together at the right moment. If you could see the full picture, you would not feel delayed. You would feel reassured. I am not late, and I am not uncertain about your future. I have also been strengthening your patience, not to test you, but to prepare you. Patience allows you to see clearly, to choose wisely, and to avoid rushing into something that does not serve you. It gives you the ability to wait for what truly matters, instead of settling for what is immediately available. This is a gift, even if it does not always feel like one. Many rush and later regret, but you are being taught to move with intention. There is a peace growing inside you, that is becoming your guide. It is quiet, but it is steady, and it will lead you in the right direction when the time comes. You will not need constant reassurance, because you will feel a sense of calm that confirms what is right. That peace is something I have been placing within you throughout this season. It is not dependent on another person, and that is why it is so powerful. When the right person enters your life, it will not feel like chaos or confusion. It will feel like clarity, like something that fits naturally without forcing it. You will not have to question their intentions, because their actions will speak clearly. You will not feel like you are chasing, because what is meant for you will meet you where you are. This is what I have been preparing you for, a connection that is built on truth, respect, and mutual growth. I know there were moments when you doubted this, when you wondered if this kind of love would ever come into your life.